What is up, everybody, and welcome back to Divine Journey 2. I hate this setup. It doesn't work. Anyways, these setups are working great. I'm actually going to leave them set up as they are for now, which is just batch crafting. As you can see in here, I'm working on making more of these empowered crystal bundles. I have a lot of them ready to go. I just have to wait for the empower. I have been kind of batch crafting a little bit here and there of them. For the most part, these stuff I'm not using a whole lot of. This system is now connected into our drawers into our ME system upstairs, so we can see it up here. But today, we're gonna have two goals for today. One of them is I want to get this lithium stuff set up. So I don't really care about anything else on this chapter right now, but I want this lithium stuff set up because I need a solid source of clay. And in order for me to get a good source of clay, I would need a number of various options here. I could just use an excavator, just mine it up, but it comes with all this other stuff that I really don't need at the moment. But there is a chemical injection chamber that you can make and feed it dirt. Mind you, I have dirt automated. I'm getting free dirt from all the stuff we already have. So, trying to make clay from dirt makes sense to me. And it just requires water vapor, which shouldn't be too bad. Yeah, it's just a rotary condensator. But the thing holding us back on that one is the chemical injection chamber itself requires lithium ingots. Everything else I can get to. Purification chamber. We can get to all this stuff. Enrichment chambers, I have those all over the place. Cosmic alloy, that's actually our first step today. And that is going to require the elevadium that we started making last time and a bunch of atomic alloy. I'm going to grab a little bit of that. I don't want too much of it. We'll make 8. That's going to complete the quest. Yeah. And we're into the start of chapter 13. That gives us some alloys. But what we need to make the lithium is this big old thermal machine. We'll get to that in just a second. The other thing I want to do today is I want to get us set up with the powered spawner. Now to get the powered spawner, we have to make one of these guys, and I don't remember just what they truly require. Oh, they require both of them. And a Franken zombie generator, and a weather crystal, and a block of solarium. Man, we're gonna be hurting after this. Oh boy, these are not easy. Anyways, we've got a whole bunch of different things to try to craft because I want those powered spawners to be able to give us a couple of resources. Some of the things that we needed for our setup down there for it to be fully automated for the actually addition stuff, and you can actually see right now I've added a whole nother floor down there. That is going to be where our evaporation tanks are going to go for the lithium. But some of the ones that we still need to automate are prismarine shards, which I'm hoping I can get a guardian and put it in a powered spawner and just get them from that. The other thing is those bricks. I kind of have it automated right now. This is a bunch of clay I was getting from the builder that we have that is just melting down in a magma crucible, pouring into a cast, making bricks, which are going into a drawer that are giving us brick blocks. Yeah, I got a lot of clay from that, so I'm not super hurting on that stuff, but I do need a source of actual clay because I think it's the diamantine empowered one requires blocks of clay. And that is one that we definitely need to have automated for our elevadium, which is going to be needed quite a bit. For now, let's go ahead and I'll come back to this. Maybe, if I remember to. There's a whole mess of other useful stuff and things in here, like these item lasers and power lasers and stuff like that. I'm not super interested in them right now. I am interested in this stuff at the moment, but I will take care of that another time. If you are playing this pack and you are interested, there is a quest right here to give you a portal to the void. Is your base getting laggy? Do you no longer wish to observe the beauty of the overworld? Well, do I have the solution for you? Introducing the Void for only $3.99 a month. You get to live inside a dimension of absolutely nothing. Isn't it great? Each right click onto the portal block may cost additional fees like portal transfer channel keep-up tax, workers chargebacks, teleposition safety regulation fees in accordance with the Teleportation Act of 1999, sanity reformation check, and more. Please consult your tax advisor for more information. Oh my god, trying to get through that. My brain's trying to wrap itself around what I'm trying to say there. Doesn't work for me. The portal to the void is something good for a lot of people. I have no plans to use it at this point. We have this big sprawling base at the moment. It will get better when we expand over there, and I don't have any real lag issues. I do have one specific lag problem, but I don't think it's actually tied to the game. I think it's something to do with my system, because it seems to happen every 30 minutes on the dot. Yeah, that tells me it's probably system related. Anyways, we need to make these thermal evaporation blocks for the lithium production. And that means we need 37 evaporation blocks, a controller, which is 6 more, that's 43, and 2 evaporation valves. And that is for each. That's what, 51? We'll probably end up with like 52 blocks. I think it's in multiples of 4. Yeah. Let's go ahead and get ourselves 52 blocks. There we go, 52 blocks. We got our evaporation controller. Oh, I need another one of these guys. Having a lot of this stuff automated is very nice because I don't have to really think about them. I can just get them. Okay, now for the evaporation valves. And that should complete our quest. There it is. I want to say something we need for this is... Do I have an unending bowl somewhere? Did I happen to stick one in here? I need a water source. I might go make another unending bowl real quick. And there's our bowl. So now I should be able to say... And mind you, I'm not very familiar with this machine. Let me go grab all my iron real quick. I need to keep that running. Okay, so per the usual, this machine, this floor is set up. I've got power running through here, viaduct running through there, ME system through there. That pillar doesn't have anything, so it's actually a support pillar. Rare occurrence. Let's see if I can figure out this machine. Make the block, build a 4x3x4. So it's 3 tall, but it's a 4x4, hollow and roofless cuboid out of the thermal evaporation blocks. Leave the middle and top 3 blocks empty so you form a bucket shape. This is the minimum size of the multi-block, but it can be as tall as 18 blocks. Now, I know these do need to be bigger later on in the pack, so I am going to give myself the space that when they need to, they will expand down. So I will just move controllers and stuff down, and they can take over the floor below if there is another one. I may actually cap this off on the next floor. So even still, making it all the way down. If it goes all the way down to this block on the floor below, that will give it, if I put it up to here, 18 blocks. So that is the actual plan for these machines. For now, I think I need... So that's going to be wall. If I do something like that, I can put the evaporation controller here. Evaporation valve here, and I will do right above it, I think. I think this is what I want. Hey, it formed. Gonna throw that there so I don't have to think about that. And there we go. Temperature 300 Kelvin. That's nice. Let's go ahead and throw our unending bowl right here. And we should be able to say with a fluid conduit, extract and insert. So now that is inserting water into here. It is starting to make brine. And the brine, thanks for the atomic alloy, which I don't really need. The brine is going to be put into thermal evaporation plant. So I need another one of these. Okay, well, that's doable. Let's make another one. One of those nice features I do know about these blocks is that you can share blocks between machines if they are not a critical block, such as the valves or controllers. So this corner actually pairs up nicely to share the blocks there, which works out perfectly for me. Let's grab some blocks to stack with, and we need to be able to transfer the brine from one to the next. Now let's grab you. Give me that wrench. That should not connect like that. I think now I need to remove this. Place it again. Yeah. Okay, so you are going to... Oh, you know what I could have done? Well, I mean, this is fun. So you're going to insert there. You're going to extract over here. And we should start getting brine in here. And would you look at that? We're getting brine. 0.13 millibuckets per tick. And that gives us liquid lithium. Now, lithium is chemical crystallizer. What do I do with liquid lithium? Liquid lithium needs to go into a decondensating to make it into lithium, which goes into a chemical crystallizer or a solar neutron activator to make tritium, which I think that's something I'm going to need it for later. And I think looking at this, I might want to relocate one of these valves. And the reason why is we're going to put it over here. There we go. So that stuff is all set up. This is where the liquid lithium can come out of. And let's go get our decondensator and make a crystallizer. Whatever that thing was. Yeah, a chemical crystallizer. Well, that looks fun. And it looks like this might be a very sighted set of machines again, which I'm going to hate. It means I'm going to have exposed pipes and whatnot. I gotta figure out which sides are which. So let's head on down, grab some fluid conduits, and figure this out. Also, I moved this to over here, partially because I know we're going to need access to the ME system for that lithium to send it through the thingy, the solar neutron activator. Yeah, that's a quest for it right here. And that actually does require solar power. So I'm gonna have to put that up there. I'll probably stick it by the roots area. I have access to the ME system over there, and I can just channel everything over to that and then bring them back over here. Now the question becomes, how can I do this best? We know we need the rotary decondensator, which I've also got to feed these guys power somehow. And then we need the chemical crystallizer. And I think I might need to turn it or something like that. I don't know. I hate these machines. This is a very slow system. You can speed it up with, what are they called? Something heat. A condensed coiled resistor capable of converting electrical energy directly into heat energy. So getting one of those might be a good thing. And then I need to figure out what it is that I actually need to stick the evaporation into the evaporation machine. Because there's some block you have to attach this to. I think that's what I needed. So I put some valves behind these ones. That's apparently what it's supposed to be. If I turn you on. Yeah, you can see the temperature on this is rising and the temperature on this is rising. It's using up a little bit of our power from in here. Doesn't really need a huge amount of power, but as you can see, it's making it climb. We will have to increase and improve this over time, but for now, we'll just figure this stuff out. We got our liquid lithium into here. It is decondensating into regular lithium, which I think is also a liquid. I think. Oh, I put this down wrong. Needs to be like that. I'm like, what's going on here? Running out of power. But no, there we go. Like I said, I think it's another liquid. Into the crystallizer, which needs to be flipped around. No? Is it a gas? I do have gas conduits. Yeah, there we go. Let's set you to extract and insert. Go ahead and, again, flip you around and hope that's working now. No? I have no idea what I'm doing. What are you? Are you a gas? There we go. That is going to be very slowly producing our lithium. And there's our lithium dust. That's my goal for today. Well, one of them. The other one's going to take a huge amount of crafting. I will connect this all up to our actual power systems. Although maybe if it's going to work as nicely as this. I gotta figure out how to set these guys up. I'm probably just gonna have this pipe straight into that, into a drawer, because I think that's the only thing you can output. It'll just have to be figuring out how to pipe into this, which I think I have an idea. I would like to put them vertically, but I don't think that's gonna work. That's definitely not gonna work. But what I might be able to do is... No, doesn't work. I'm trying to figure out if I can throw my walls up around these, and our wall would literally be right here against it, and I'd have nowhere to put the conduits and stuff behind them. Maybe what I do is I do stack them vertically, and I have a single pipe that you can see on the outside, and everything else is on the back. Maybe. Because then I can run the power through the bottom, where all the rest of our power is, and get some power over to this guy. What do we get up to? We're up to 72.5 degrees Celsius. Which, that ain't bad. We're getting there to 1 millibucket per tick. You can set this to whatever you choose. I'm going to set it to 160. Yeah, there we go. That increased our power usage a little bit. And I want to say I can stick dissipated 435.69 units degrees Celsius per tick. Is that the heat it gets to? Well, these are at 89. If that's the heat it's going to get to, then I think these should be okay for a little while. I'll have plenty of water. I'm just going to let this sit for now. And this will produce us lithium over time. Again, we'll just go ahead and slap it on a door. And can set you to auto eject. Output. There we go. Well, that'll make it easier. I can actually do that, and I think this would be the only piping I see is just a little gas conduit right across the front, which I think that might actually look okay. Other than that, yeah, it's just figuring out how to run everything. Anyways, on to our next part, which is going to be getting our clay automation actually set up. We need another decondensator, which I think I have the stuff for. Holy crap, I'm out of glowstone. Okay, we have our injection chamber, which means it is time to get our injection chamber. Our condensator means it is time to get our chemical injection chamber. These are the only two things I needed for us to be able to fully automate our clay production. I guess I should grab our clay. The way we're going to do this, because I think these things are sighted. Well, that one isn't, but this one is. The way I'm going to do this is, I think this is the input side. I'm going to do right here. Right here. And what we're going to do is we're going to put that on top. We will grab, if I can remember where they are, a pair of fluid conduits. That'll extract, and insert, and I want water vapor, which is decondensating. Change your direction. And now this part's going to get a little bit weird in that I'm actually going to run this conduit over here. You don't need to be there. But I can run our item conduit as well. You don't need any items. And I can put you there. Hey, look at that. You're already getting your water vapor. How nice. Let's set you up. You are the extra, I think. No. Input. Oh, I think you just have a max. I put that in there. I am definitely going to be muting these guys. Anyway. You are going to be input and output on top with auto eject. So that means we should start getting clay simply from water and the stuff we already have over here. One of the only things I do want to do is give me a dirt block. And I can set dirt in here. And I have connected this stuff up on the top, so all of this is fully connected. This is all one giant mess of cables and drawers. And let's grab a filter. I'm not worried about limiting this one. You are gonna get dirt. Insert. And I lag. There we go. We are now fully automated on dirt and clay, which means I can also use this setup, and I can feed it into a block right here. I'm going to try to force it to feed clay balls only and produce brick, which means I can do away with my little magma crystal setup up there, which those are painful. But I will get some upgrades for this stuff so they're quiet and they are energy efficient, but I don't need these to run super fast. I might put some upgrades into them eventually over time, but that is going to be over those. That is, to me, a big step. Now, last thing I want is I want to try to get a single... Oh, I'll take those. I want to try to get a single spawner. If I can get a single spawner, I will call today a huge success. So everything we need for this is expensive. Like the Franken zombie generator is also expensive because we have to go a couple steps deep, but not stupidly expensive. Let's get these out of my inventory, and there we go. Nice and clean. So let's see if we can make these guys. I do not have a zombie electrode. Oh. I don't think I've made that before. Alright, that'll make me a couple of those. Okay, we have our zombie generator. To upgrade to a Franken zombie generator, which I don't have any of these in here. Man, here I am thinking I'm all good and everything, and I'm still missing key items. Good news, it's about to be nighttime. No, it's not. Yes, it is. What are the other things that we're going to need for this? The spawner, I actually have it. I put it in the box over here. Here it is. So we have that. I'm not worried about that part. It's just these thrusters that I think are going to be the real difficult part, and this weather crystal. I don't think I have the stuff for all of this. Need an Enderman and a vibrant crystal? Well, I just made some extras of those. So I need an Enderman and a zombie, for certain. I need all these fluid messes. I have not made crystalline alloy yet. Not like I can't make it. That'll make us some crystalline alloy. it is time for me to go hunt for a zombie and see if I can grab myself an Enderman while I'm out and about without having to go to the end. So, let's see what I can find. Right, I put down a mega torch. I have to go a ways. They came to me. I'm literally right here. Oh, I've also added some upgrades. We have Elytra. Or we have the Elytra upgrade. I also have the Flippers upgrade, which makes us incredibly fast in the water. So, yeah, our armor is doing nicely for us. Okay, I just looked down the chain of all the crafting and stuff for these. I am not going to have enough time to get this done for today. So, I'm going to wrap this one up here. It might be a little bit shorter than normal, but I'm also a little bit shorter on time lately because of school. So, hopefully, I can get some of the pre-crafting steps done and we can get our first spawner next time and get that set up. I'll just throw those guys in there for now. Well, actually, no. Where are they? I have a box right here that is full of things to spawn. But yeah, that's me for this time, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you've enjoyed. Hopefully next time I'll have our this base is looking crazy. I'll have our tanks down here set up. Let's just go down to them. And I'll have figured out how to set up my wall the way I want it. And I'll have them connected up to actual power, not just an energy cell. Are y'all still climbing? No, 135. I think that's okay. 1.8 millibuckets per tick. That should be fine. Especially because I've got over a stack of lithium dust already. Nice. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time.